Okay, so Andy seems to be going through with this whole Mary Gary thing in order to prevent him from ruining Jordan's life. Now, I said this during the live stream, and I think in my review as well, but to me, I don't really think this plot works. I mean, I've done videos already like, oh, Gary's plan is stupid, and I could think of like 17 different ways Andy can get out of this situation that don't even involve Fatima calling her cousin to take him out. It's just that she doesn't open her mouth when she needs to. She just basically is being shoved around, and it's ridiculous. Yeah, she's been incompetent before, but season 7, woo, they're really, putting Annie through the ringer of this woman wants to be the partner of a law firm. Really? But my point is, I don't really think that we we've seen I don't think we've seen enough Andy and Jordan to truly buy the fact that they have a relationship and love strong enough that Andy would put herself through this just to avoid his life being screwed up. Now you could argue, well, Jeremy, maybe it's because Andy has been through so much with Gary and, seen the damage done to the likes of like Jasmine and Penelope that Jordan doesn't deserve to go through that. Now, that makes sense. I mean, his entire livelihood in terms of his political career and reputation could be on the line if Gary, releases the hound, so to speak, on him. But even worse is the fact that he can set him up for the whole, taking the money he donated to the campaign, and the cartel can come kill him. That's another factor too. But I think there are two major reasons why I don't really buy it. Number one, any meaningful development in Andy and Jordan's relationship happened over the course of the 3-month time skip, and we never saw it. We just accepted the fact that, oh, they've been dating for 3 months and things are going well. And Andy just now says, I love you. But then the very next day breaks up with him. Then we skip to 2 weeks later and she's engaged to Gary. And then on top of that, the most glaring issue is one fans have been pointing out since the beginning of the season. And that's the new actor for Jordan. And look, I said this during the live stream. I am not blaming the actor, because guess what? The casting crew are the ones who selected this particular actor. I get it. The original actor for Jordan, NCIS, there's another show he was on. So I guess, in terms of like scheduling, he had to make a choice and he opted to pick that show. Or perhaps he was already involved with that show, but then the scheduling for season 7 filming collided with it and they had to do what they had to do. And to me, it is frustrating when they swap actors, but the thing is, okay, it makes sense. Jordan, he just came in season 6B and he was only in 2 to 3 episodes, give or take. But regardless, at least there seemed to be some sort of connection between him and Andy, or more specifically, a budding connection between the two. So to actually have two actors who don't even look alike, if I'm not mistaken, this Jordan is much taller than the original one. It's just, it is jarring, not to mention the lack of chemistry between Andy and new Jordan. It just doesn't work. It's just like the dynamic of switching Aunt Viv 1 with the light skinned Aunt Viv. It's just that character was played completely different when Daphne took the role, and Janet, was had departed the series, and it's just like dark skin Aunt Viv had attitude. She wasn't afraid of standing up, no matter who was giving her or her children disrespect. And then second Aunt Viv just she was decoration. She was just kind of there. But I feel like with Jordan, most of the scenes between him and Andy really feel cringe when they're supposed to be lovey-dovey. And it's like, I just don't really buy it. They seem more like play cousins than actual lovers, So to actually have Andy willing to sacrifice herself in order for Jordan to be okay, it just doesn't work for me. I mean, like I said before, if this is some long game scheme, well, not scheme, but long game deception to make Gary think he's in control so that feds can take him down, that makes sense. But we haven't seen any of that. Andi hasn't, revealed any useful information to Penelope about this. It's just she's going with the flow to protect Jordan. Now, in the next episode, after Rich tells Jordan about Andi's engagement, Jordan is going to confront her, saying like, look, you dumped me and then get engaged to Gary. I need to know something, and you're going to tell me now. And that leads to whether or not Andi's really going to tell Jordan the truth about, hey, I have to do this or your life is over, you know? And to be completely honest, it depends on the writing here, but knowing Jordan, I feel like he would rather Andi not go through with this just because he loves her that much. But then again, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. But I think this writing choice was a bit of a mistake. I feel like if there was more chemistry between KJ and another actor playing Jordan, maybe it would have come across better. But for as it stands now, I just don't really buy it. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Does Andi love Jordan that much that she would sacrifice herself for this? Now, if it was Robin, it would make sense because even though timeline-wise, those two interacted, or had less time together than Andi and Jordan, at least it felt more believable that there was a connection between the two, but I don't know. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about it? Do you think Andi truly loves Jordan a lot, hence why she's doing this? Do you feel like there's another reason, or do you agree with my statements below or before in this video about the lack of chemistry between the actors and the time skip, jumping over any sort of meaningful development in these two's relationships? So with that being said, when you look at it earlier in the season, it's kind of weird how Andi went from trying to distance herself from Jordan when those allegations from that white chick came out because she didn't want it to impact her career negatively, to now like, okay, I'll marry Gary to protect Jordan so it doesn't ruin his life, even though Gary is going to ruin mine. You see what I mean? It's just a major contrast in Andi's character there, and it doesn't feel earned in terms of she went from running away from Jordan because his reputation looked bad because of these allegations to, yeah, I want to sacrifice my livelihood and life just so Jordan will be okay. I don't know. All right, well, like and subscribe, folks. I appreciate the support, and I'll catch you all in the next video.